The challenges have been horrible. But I think about it, and here's the thing. I sit down at my little desk, and the reason I was the first member of Parliament to understand how devastating Bill C-38, the Omnibus Budget Bill in spring 2012 was, is I was the first person to read it. Bill comes out for first reading, okay, it's 400 pages. I just sit at my desk and go page by page. Well, I'm also multitasking and listening to the debates, but when I read C-38, it's the only time I ever sat at my desk and started to cry from reading a bill. I began to panic. I jumped up. I ran into the opposition lobby. I looked for any friend in one of the other parties to say, are you reading this? Do you see this? They're killing the Fisheries Act. They're destroying environmental assessment. They're getting rid of the National Roundtable. I went through the litany of things. I went out to the media in a scrum, and I held this 400-page bill, trying to flip through it and describe chapter and verse what this bill was going to do, and a crowd of reporters stood around me. They said later it was the longest scrum they'd ever had because it took me a half an hour to even canvass the worst bits. They didn't cover it for a long time because it took about 2 weeks for the other parties to catch up. And then they began to say C-38 is dangerous. By then I'd written analyses and I'd written blogs. Being the first to spot something awful is important because it's the alarm bell, it's the wake-up call, it's the